Hi, my name's Michael Witt, and I'm an associate professor of library science from Purdue University in the United States, and I'm a visiting fellow here at Lund University at the Puffin Dorf Institute. My background is in library science. I'm a librarian. At Purdue, I'm an associate professor of library science, and I co-lead the research data unit within our libraries. I also head up a small research group called the Distributed Data Curation Center, or D2C2, where we look at the application of library science principles to the data deluge and research data management and sharing. So what I'm interested in is applying library science principles to research data curation. And so if you think about what librarians have done for centuries, is that we've planned and built collections of information. We've classified and organized and described those collections of information. We've preserved and archived and stewarded collections of information, and we've made them accessible to people to find and to be able to use properly. And through reference services, answered questions about information, and through information literacy outreach and instruction, help people use information properly. And when you think about the information age and the deluge of data that's facing science, these kinds of principles, these kinds of skills are in more demand now than ever. So I've tried to come to the Puffin Dorf and to Lund University without any preconceived notions, without a specific research agenda. And I can tell that this is a really happening place, that there's a lot of creativity, and it's been an easy place to connect with other people. And in fact, within the first day, by the time we had finished afternoon fika, we had already come up with 2 new ideas for potential research collaborations. So the data theme that I'm participating in here at the Puffin Dorf with colleagues from Lund and from other countries in the world is taking an integrated interdisciplinary approach to problems in research data curation. And what I represent as a librarian is one discipline of library science, which is a thread that I can see being woven across the different groups within the Puffin Dorf data theme. I look at the research data life cycle, the different steps that happen as researchers come up with an idea, they develop a hypothesis, they come up with a methodology, and they collect and gather and analyze their data, produce their findings, oftentimes in collaboration with other researchers using computational tools, and then publish their findings. We're encouraging them also to publish and archive their data for reuse, and then being able to preserve that data for the long term and to make it reusable so that people can access it, they can reproduce the findings that the researchers came up with, maybe reuse the data in a novel way, or to enable some new knowledge to be created. And so from my background as a librarian, I see data as being a first-class scholarly citizen, much like you would have a book or a journal paper that scholars should, when they produce their data, manage their data effectively and share it, and when data are reused, to cite data and give attribution so the person who produced the data, or the organization, or the cohort that produced the data can get credit for it, and it can become part of the evidence for the research. And it's important to share research data, not just for citability and reproducibility of results and reuse, but also for funding agencies that are requiring data management plans with grant proposals. And so much research is funded through the government. And so when a researcher submits a grant proposal, he or she also needs to tell the government, at least in the United States, what they're going to do with their data after the research are done. And so the citizens who pay the taxes that support the research should be able to have access to the data that's been produced in order to be able to look at it, to reuse it, to do citizen science, to be able to make informed decisions about their lives and about learning and about other topics in research. So I've never been to Sweden before, and on a personal note, I'm excited to bring my family, my wife, and 3 of my children back to Lund in March to live with me while we're doing research at the Pufendorf Institute, and for them to have the opportunity to experience and learn about Swedish culture while they're here.